I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. I saw it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. And I have so many questions rather than answers. And to a certain extent, I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. And I also think I've seen some people overreacting like hell to this 1 minute teaser. Obviously, I can't show you what happens in the teaser trailer, but if you don't know by now, you've been living under a rock, gang, and I don't blame you because I was trying to duck spoilers too, but I couldn't help myself. I had to look it up. And Steve Rogers, it says Steve Rogers, not Captain America, will be returning in Avengers Doomsday. And this is some of the most massive news maybe ever. I mean, it was rumored for months and months that Chris Evans was going to be back in Doomsday and have some type of role. It was just never confirmed what that role was going to be. But right now, it's looking like we're seeing Steve at the end of Endgame returning all the stones. And he has a baby? Random ass white baby? Not exactly sure what's going on here, but in my personal opinion, I think that baby, I think Steve Rogers, I think the incursions, I think everything is gonna have to do with each other. You feel what I'm saying? It wouldn't surprise me if the inciting incident of Avengers Doomsday is Steve going back to put all the stones together, living his life with Peggy, having that child, and that creates the first ever incursion in the MCU because that fucked up the entire timeline. There's no way you can look at me straight in the face and say that doesn't make sense. It does. That's literally what they talked about in Endgame. The fact that doing anything can mess up the timeline. Well, it looks like Steve messed up the timeline so bad that an incursion started. And then you could also add in the fact that Iron Man died. So technically maybe our anchor being died as well. There's so many things to speculate on, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like at the same time, why make Steve have a kid? Like, that's so random. I feel like that has to have to do with this plotline. You feel what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to roll with this for now. I think that Steve is going to be not a main character, but I think he's going to be a main plot line in this movie. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a race. I thought it was going to be a race to save Loki / Merc Loki, but seems like it may be a race to save / Merc Steve Rogers. Or is this going to be an alternate version of Steve Rogers? Is this a variant universe? Is this maybe the Fantastic Four universe getting merged with ours? There's so many things we could speculate off of. And it's just a 1 minute little teaser trailer and we're getting 3 more. Oh, there's definitely a part of me that's still kind of confused as fuck. Another part of me that's like, of all people, of all little mini teasers, you started with Steve Rogers, but it makes total sense. You're gonna want the casuals to see this movie, right? Right? If you want the casuals to be at least a little bit more invested, they're gonna be like, whoa, Chris Evans is coming back too? What is going on with this movie? At the very least, you're gonna get people interested. You're gonna get butts and seats. And this is the first trailer that's going to be showing in front of Avatar Fire and Ash. They know that that theater is going to be packed opening night, opening weekend at least. Why not show everybody that Steve Rogers is going to return? That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the main character. He's going to be the focal point. It just means that he's returning. I think it's just as simple as that. Sometimes when a big return is going to happen, you're better off just showing that in a little teaser trailer and getting people hyped than just, I don't know, announcing it via the Hollywood Reporter. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my two-piece when it comes to two-piece, not one piece. You feel me? That's my two-piece when it comes to this Avengers Doomsday trailer situation. I think that people are just overreacting. To be honest, we don't know anything, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. They've got 3 more teasers to show us, and then the full trailer. I think once we get to that 4th trailer, if we're still confused, if there's still some things that's like, oh, they're really doing this, then people can start to do their dooming. People can start to, oh my gosh, what is gonna happen with this movie? But until then, look at me in the eyes. Relax, gang, relax. Let them cook. That's my opinion on it, though, but I want to know y'all's, man. You know we got to talk about this. How did y'all feel about this Avengers Doomsday trailer? If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, are you going to wait to see it in theaters? If so, I'm going to be honest, probably not worth waiting to see it. You might as well just look that bitch up. I'm going to keep it, man. You might as well just look it up. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, because you know we got to talk about this. Simple.